a lot of it kind of depends on, I feel like depends on whether or not it's you changing priorities or leadership changing priorities. And I think one of the biggest and most important things that I've learned is communicating very pointedly your priorities for your org and marketing operations, and based on what you think is going to drive the most impact or efficiency, and map those out, because every org is going to have their different priorities as well. And as operations, you kind of feel sometimes you feel like you are at the center of all of those priorities. And being able to very clearly articulate and map out your priorities and share that with leadership helps establish very clear guidelines and timelines for what you're working on.
Yeah, I think the world moves so fast that, yesterday's problem isn't really relevant today anymore. So as a result, it just like, you just have to adapt. And then I think, like Sean, to your point, over communicating your priorities, but then also, like, I know this is toilsome in a lot of cases, but just having regular weekly check-ins with the stakeholders or the people that you work with, just to say, hey, is this still a priority? Do we need to pivot and so forth? One pattern that I've noticed is everything is seemingly an emergency closer to the end of a quarter, especially if you're a public company. So what I've done on my team is we have buffer, sort of like the last 2 to 3 weeks of a quarter are buffer for in case something comes up that was unforeseen, we didn't plan for, and so forth. Which is great because, things that we didn't get to, we could just prioritize if nothing comes in. But if something does come in, then like we basically just adjust our priorities based on that.
I think one of the things I've noticed too is the lack of strategy can also change your priorities as well. And having a solid roadmap in place has helped for our side of the house, for MOPS. Having that roadmap and being able to report that out as well to the leadership team and showing them what your priorities are, and then looking at the things that drive that needle going forward. But I think having a solid roadmap in place really helps with your priorities.